Hello everybody, welcome back to DokiDokiLitClub. I'm going to show it to Monica. Hello girly. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, girlie. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's sort of the barrier that we all have to learn to get past soon. That's true. I hand Monica's poem. Great job, girlie. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary symbolism? Like Sorry Yuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deep analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit embarrassed towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Well then, let's read it then. A hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? The sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? Very free form, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about that deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, then you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Does she really give advice every day? I'm gonna go with Natsuki. Well, It's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste?
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's not about it.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing needs to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even try my writing seriously. But
isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand. But
another nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhythm at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's not what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I didn't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. That's sweet. Oh, I wonder who in this large list I should choose from.
This is a good poem, girlie. Are you sure this is your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right.
But that's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my purpose.
See? It's like I said before, girlie, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I couldn't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Sleepy? Not sleep? Sleepy. Okay. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day. Look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
About right. Always want breakfast. Sorry. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? Oh, I just a little bit. I couldn't answer it just a little bit. It's a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. That's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. There's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way that my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions changing. Natsuki's brow furrows in frustration, while Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem at the desk. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean that you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and Girly did too. So based on that, I will gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. Don't expect me to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't. Girly liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Girly appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? Now that you know you didn't appreciate my advice more. You're so full of yourself. No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Girly started showing up. That's okay. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like you guys fighting! Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they noticed I was standing there.
Really? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem so convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, girlie. Wait, there's no reason we have so many deep, expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but is always a waste. You understand that, right, girlie?
How did I get dragged into this from the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I grew with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... She's annoying. She's straight up annoying. And I do like the more complexive and expressive writing personally. I like when it uses a lot of figurative speeches and when it isn't straight like smacking you in the face with the meaning. I also like poetry to where you can relate to it even if you're not in the same circumstance, to where it is completely something that you can look at in your own lifetime and feel maybe a totally different emotion, like get something totally different from it than what the author is trying to do. So I'm gonna go with Yuri.
Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. That's no secret when I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they still put feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That is true. Never make fun of anything that anybody else ever puts their time and energy and effort into, because you don't know how much that means to them. One piece that could be not your cup of tea could mean everything to them. Your opinion. That could be make or break. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and you just told her how you felt. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I hurt, it helps to take a walk, clear my head. Suri doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem in her hand and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands. She stares at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair.
Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri.
How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it so well. I didn't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, girlie, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now.
That's nothing.
One more thing. That last thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do something so shameful. So,
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, it's about time for us to leave. How do y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Girlie, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk to everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Girlie, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sawyer beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sawyer and I have spent this much time together. I really can't say I'm enjoying it either. Sawyer, about what happened earlier?
What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki?
Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. It's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You didn't hate them, did you?
No, I didn't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see where they'd make good friends with you.
Phew.
Girlie, it's really nice to get to spend some time with you. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Everyone is going to be so much fun. It's still like Sawyer hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sawyer. I pat Sawyer's shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sawyer as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, one more poem. Okay. Essence. Broken. Imagination. Color. Ribbon. Flea. Judgment. Music. Hurt. Heaven sent. Breathe. Chocolate. Mouse. Crimson. Determination. Raindrops. Friends. Vitality. Suicide. Charm.
Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already.
How much fucking poetry is there in this?
I've gotten a little more comfortable over here the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, girly!
Yo, sorry. Looks like you've been in a good mood lately.
I'm still not used to being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in the good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things for you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Are you coming with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
That's not like you at all. I have my reason. Why don't you take a look at your purse, Sawyery?
Well, why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sawyery nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch to get it open. Then she turns it upside down and the contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sawyery.
It's not fair. How'd you even know?
It's simple. You had enough money in the first place. You could have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option.
Huh? You give up. You feel guilty?
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face was in a book that was under, as always.
I wasn't listening to you or anything. That was just something from my book. Yuri! Tell Girly to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sawyery. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I get absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind here. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's no way you should think that.
You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the retribution.
That! Still coming from you, Sawyery? I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sawyery knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
What? I didn't have to come. You didn't have to come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I did check nuts in making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sawyery. What?
Yeah!
I remember something smacks Sawyery in the face and she tumbles onto the desk.
Ew, what was... a cookie.
Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sawyery glances around.
Is this a miracle? Because I paid retribution?
Retribution. Actually, that almost worked.
I was gonna give it to you. And then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. That's okay. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hand over her mouth. With my tongue. You're gonna throw a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. I'm still really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
A mouthful, Sayori tots her ear to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you sound such a kid sometimes.
Monica, can you tell Sayori?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Ugh. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today?
Not me. I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a...
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's not true.
Excuse me?
Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super duper sorry.
There you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chooses the club over her boyfriend after all. So strong-willed. Boyfriend? Thank you for the follow, just Monica. What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time.
That makes no sense though. I would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. It's just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
So that's so.
In that case, I won't let you down, girlie. Monica smiles sweetly. Don't mean to pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So did I miss anything? I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I just leave Sayori mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finishes her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki has disappeared in the closet. Hey, Yuri. Ah. Suddenly noticed Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of waiting for you.
Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention,
before yourself as well. Yuri stands up and walks away to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from each shelf. It's the kind with the filter inside.
Can you hold this for a sec? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in the teacher's desk, then we'll go get some water. She walks past me, sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially with her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Oh, okay. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're filling up the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve girly in club activities? Mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go, girly. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Jeez, that was bold of her. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think what you did something right. I wasn't expecting that, but it was also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Girly? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as you make it to seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. You have emotions. You can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. I wouldn't hate you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, do you say? Yuri lifts her head. Girly, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. It feels kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Girly, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you won't me be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she's even humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking and decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, girly. That's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Oh, Yuri, pour a cup of tea for each of us. Girly, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I I can move my back against the wall rather than bending over at the desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly likely because of my your posture, right? You're always hunched over like that when reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's why I should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I know exactly what she's trying to say. I'll go ahead and I know this room. I retrieve the book from my bag. And I have some chocolate as well. In my bag is a small chunk. I take it since it goes well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus reading like this? Yuri's always kind of cute, but when she's less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand. It's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Her wares are intensively reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between her legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book and finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any hard time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth, then take another chocolate. I hold it up to Yuri. She didn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But in the mean, I can't stop there. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Really? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. Then I don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her heart breath against my fingers. Okay, everyone, Yep. That's high school. It's time to share poems. Girly, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. She picks up the teacups from the floor. I'm
pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. I'm gonna go with Yuri and then end the stream as normal. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on hers. Did you like it? Girly. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try to give it more imaginary. Yuri's visibly shallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. That's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her to practice that. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing with anyone before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe that. I only really write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If that's okay with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night when I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window that I believe the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as unordinary. Human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the simple. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, the urge. The moon incriminates its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife, very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. A slice of the bread, fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. And perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry for more, and more frequently so. My bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Bolivarian cutting. I slice the bread and feed myself again. There we go. That was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I didn't know if that was my fault. I can begin to imagine what the poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me indulging in more unusual hobbies. That sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People
people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, girlie?
Well, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's more difficult sometimes. And some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're always good at a lot of things, writing, listening. Then there really aren't many people like you, girlie.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I feel like I look forward to it. It's just really nice feeling, you know? And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri smiled sincerely.
Just for a moment, her tenderness seems to disappear.
Alrighty. That's gonna be all for today. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier that you just got. No, I mentioned at the end of yesterday, that I was going to save today after I finished the, Yuri thing. So, napping and took a shower. Okay, cool. I do, have a little bit of stuff to talk to you about, but for now, that'll be the end of this. I will be streaming tomorrow morning, so until then, bye-bye.